Everybody, Avialence here with another Let's Play kind of thing. Basically, there's a new Mass Effect 3 content pack that did come out today. I believe this is the follow-up to the Resurgence pack, which are both free if you redeemed your Mass Effect 3 Online Pass. Now, I've been playing Mass Effect 3 for probably about 2 months now, and I haven't been able to spend like my entire day playing it because I am back in college now. If you guys haven't heard the announcement, I am back in college for summer school. And the next 4 weeks are going to be a little chaotic for me personally, just because I have so much stuff going on and so much stuff going on with the class. So it's going to kind of be a little screwy. However, I wanted to hop on. I went ahead and I spent $10 so I could try to get a new character. I ended up getting the Quarian Male Engineer, and he has some pretty cool abilities. You have the basic Quarian Defender, the weapon bonus, and then you also have the shield slash melee damage bonus. I ended up speccing him into shields. But you also have two cool new abilities. One is the Arc Grenade, which is the improved arc, improved off of the arc weapon actually, from the single player story of Mass Effect 3. It was made by Carl Rieger, and he did this pistol, and it was the arc pistol to take down Geth. And now you have the Arc Grenade. So the Arc Grenade is one of the new abilities, as well as this ability called Area Scan. Now Area Scan, you can spec into different things, but it basically slows down targets, increases damage done to them, and allows you to wreak havoc on them. So you'll see me using him here. We're actually on one of the new maps. This is called Firebase Jade. Now Firebase Jade is a jungle area on the inner, I believe it's the inner sanctum part of the galaxy. Currently, I'm actually rolling with two new weapons I picked up today with the expansion. You have the Cerberus Harrier, which I'm not sure if it's new with the expansion, but it's a new assault rifle, basically based off of the, I'm trying to remember what it was. The, Maddock is what it is. You see here I'm using those arc grenades. The Maddock was the single-shot rifle, very popular, and the Cerberus Harrier is the new automatic rifle. You can upgrade it to have a 36-round clip, but it carries a maximum of 80 rounds. Very effective, very accurate. I was actually surprised with how accurate the rifle was. I'm just not a big fan of the weapon cap on it. I hate only being able to carry 80 rounds. I'm hoping that if I start to get some upgrades for it, that'll kind of play it out. But you see me using this scan ability here, and the scan will actually show people through walls and allow me to do extra damage to them. It's very useful, and you can see the arc grenades just are able to wreak havoc on all of these Reaper troops. While they're really built for some certain damage situations, I have them spec'd into AoE, increased radius damage, and ticks over time, so it's actually very helpful in taking out large packs of enemies. I've been using them quite a lot, to be straight up. They're great for taking out these huge packs of enemies, and on Firebase Jade, you're going to have plenty of packs where you can just throw one like I did there, finish them off quickly. I'm even getting some frames per second lag here, which is a little nuts. You don't really expect that too much on these. Now, keep in mind, I am on Bronze League. Why am I on Bronze League? That's a great question. Basically, I haven't played this game in an extremely long time. To just be straight up with that. It's been a long time since I have played Mass Effect 3. You guys know I've been doing a lot of Ghost Recon and Diablo 3 these past few weeks, and when they announced a new free DLC, I said, hey, I'll go pick it up and try it out. I loved Mass Effect 3's multiplayer when it did first come out, and I am definitely loving it now. It's just, the new content always keeps you coming back. For me, it's not really the maps, but just the fact that I can test out all these new fancy weapons, keep getting some unlocks. It's really all about the unlockables. And that's where I think they kind of hit home with Mass Effect. In Mass Effect 3's multiplayer, it's that laid-back, you-must-survive kind of mode. I wouldn't call it Horde mode or Guerrilla mode like in Ghost Recon, because it's definitely not as long or as challenging, so to speak. But it's definitely up there as far as the entertainment level goes. So it's a blast, and getting to come in and play with these new characters always adds some depth to it. I love playing as different characters in the Mass Effect universe. For those of you who don't know, I am a huge Mass Effect buff. I've always been a fan of Mass Effect ever since I picked up the first game years ago. And for me to be able to play as Quarians and to basically be able to play as someone besides Shepard is just, I don't know, it keeps me going. I really like the idea of you being able to play as all these different characters. I mean, you can see too, this new map, this is Firebase Jade, looks beautiful. It's out in the middle of the, I can't remember what planet it is, but it's out in the middle of the jungle. It kind of looks like the Solarian homeworld, but I'm definitely having a blast with it. Now, there were 3 new weapons added. I know of one, and it is the Rieger Carbine. The Rieger Carbine is actually a shotgun specialized in arc reactor, or I shouldn't say arc reactor, that sounds like Iron Man, you know? But arc technology, obviously, that's how it got the name, the Rieger Carbine. It's basically like an electrical flamethrower with a 21 round clip. I believe you can stock up and get about 100 rounds total, not in the clip, but for you to personally use at wit's end. And it's very, very effective, actually. I did enjoy the Rieger Carbine. I just hate how quickly the resource clip in it burns down. It feels like you're constantly reloading. And since it's a shotgun, the reload animation on it is a little slow. So I wasn't having too much of a blast with that. But, you know, what we get is what we get. The Rieger Carbine, I heard there's a new assault rifle and a new sniper rifle as well. Now, I'm not sure how those are going to play out exactly. I haven't been able to do them. I wasn't really a fan of buying a ton of Microsoft points, and since I haven't been playing Mass Effect 3 consistently, I can't tell you guys that I have tons of points saved up, tons of credits saved up for me to actually come out and buy all these packs until I unlock everything. However, I do know all the new characters. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about them. You have the male Quarian Engineers and the male Quarian Infiltrators, which are great. Mainly they feature the new scan ability, which you see is pivoted to my Y button here. Allows me to see through walls, do extra damage, and slow enemy targets down. I'm not a big fan of how quickly the cooldown's over. I really wish it was a sustained ability. You see I'll pop it here. And I am using extremely heavy weaponry, and the fact that it already wears off that quickly, a little frustrating. You're going to have to pop the animation a lot more than you'd like to in order to, you know, go through it. But you get what you give. I love the arc grenades. The arc grenades are definitely a win-win for me. I'm a big fan of the arc grenades. I love their AoE cone and how they're based off of extreme electrical damage. Now, you also see here, this is a new retrieval mode, so to speak. They added this objective into these new maps, as well as the previous maps, to kind of showcase this special retrieval mode. Now, you pick up the device, you cannot sprint with it. However, you must get the device back to the rendezvous location. Now, this is actually kind of cool. I like how they're adding objectives, and they keep expanding on Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. Now, I remember when this first came out, and we were extremely skeptical about Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. But, you know, we digress and we debate, and eventually a lot of people ended up liking it. Not too many people play it now, sadly, because, you know, this is a great multiplayer mode, very polished. But unfortunately, a lot of people put it down. I remember when Galactic Readiness was always around 99%, and now you're up to 54 on a good day. So it's a little hectic. But, you know, it doesn't take away the point that Mass Effect 3's multiplayer is still just as good as, you know, any other standard survival mode you'll see out there. I've really been a fan of Ghost Recon's Guerrilla mode lately. I've enjoyed Guerrilla, but there's no new characters, no new guns, nothing that makes you want to keep coming back after you've beat it once. And that's a point that I really wanted to touch on with Ghost Recon Guerrilla, but, you know, since we're playing Mass Effect, the one thing that BioWare did right with Mass Effect 3's multiplayer is they gave you so many reasons to come back and play it. The big thing is you have the EA Online Pass, which you are required to buy. Thank you, big corporate giant EA, for making us buy yet another pass. However, the pass has actually allowed BioWare to do things their way. And, you know, what do I mean by this? Basically what I'm trying to say is it's allowed BioWare to do things their way in the sense of they can release free DLC if you own the pass. And they're still going to make money off of it. Now, why do I say this? Well, with BioWare, they played it smart and they invented these different packs, so to speak. Now, these packs are ways of getting rewards. However, you can also buy these packs with Microsoft points, and it's a much faster way to unlock all the guys you want to get, all the content you want to get, and it works quite well. They are not cheap. For, I think it's about 5 Spectre packs, I believe it's around $10, something like that, about 140 points a pack. And you'll get some decent stuff out of it, but that's really what people buy. That's where, you know, the hardcore Mass Effect fans have always gone. So while they may be releasing free DLC, the only thing they're really giving to you for free, technically, is the maps. And you get the 2 maps, which there's 2 maps in every DLC. There's been a total of 4 so far. 4 total maps. Now, you know, what they do smart, though, is the characters, the abilities, the guns are actually random awards throughout all these different packs. And that's so smart in the sense of you have people spending tons of money on Microsoft points to get these packs. Now, they've also had these crazy operations, kind of challenges for the hardcore Mass Effect fans. Hey, if you beat this, you're awesome. It's like challenge weekends. Now, these are really cool concepts, and I think that they've done a great job with these. They did start to dumb them down, though, which is not too cool, you know. It's not the end of the world if players don't meet challenges. But they've done a great job with Mass Effect 3's multiplayer and balancing out everything, and for that I give BioWare kudos. It's a good survival mode. It adds to the campaign in the sense of you'll have a more successful campaign if you play multiplayer. And honestly, it gives people a reason to constantly come back. You get new characters, new items, new maps. Now, for me, the maps personally aren't that exciting, to be pro quo with you guys. I don't come back and play these for the maps. I come back and play them for the characters. I would love to play as a Quarian engineer. I would love to play as a Cerberus operative. You know, all these different little pieces that they put together to make the game more interesting, so to speak, in the sense that you can always keep coming back and playing as these different characters, these different people with different abilities. I mean, how many of you, in all honesty, loyal Mass Effect people out there wanted to play an Asari when the first game came out? You did, you know? Asari were awesome. Liara was a great character, but you never got that chance, right? Because you were always Shepard. And with the multiplayer, I think that's what they kind of hit home with the loyal Mass Effect fans. You get to play as all these sweet characters now and get all their abilities, get to mess around and experiment. And I think they did a great job with that, you know? So, I give BioWare kudos with that. They added something that, you know, you wouldn't have normally seen in a Mass Effect game. And in doing so, they made a lot of people a lot of happy. Some waste a rocket there to take out. Oh, hello. Me and big ass enemies don't get along very well. These retrieval modes can get dangerous if you just rush in there for the objectives too. I'm gonna throw some arc grenades at this guy, hopefully burn him down a little bit. And finish him off with my gun. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go ahead and scan so we can have this guy out. You know, I don't mind playing as some of the other classes, such as the Engineer, or the Adepts, or the... I guess the Vanguard kind of makes sense for me. I've just always been an upfront, I like to use my weapons kind of guy. You know, guns are my last and first resort in any military shooter. Mass Effect being no different. You know, it's set in the future, so to speak, in a crazy, crazy world. And the guns are definitely awesome in Mass Effect, and I enjoy them so much. And the guns are just my first priority. Many people like to sit on abilities, you know, but hey, for me, the idea of having all these different guns and stuff is just awesome. For example, this Hurricane rifle I'm using right now, oh my gosh, love it. The Hurricane rifle is fantastic. One of my favorite guns so far. Of course, there's going to be those few tiny things that are going to bother me with it, but, oh, I missed him. Son of a gun. Alright, oh well. See, the Quarian doesn't have any fancy heavy melee, sadly, but you win some, you lose some. So, you know, this gives you kind of an idea of what the waves look like. This is, again, Bronze League. This isn't anything special, not with a coordinated team of people. to be honest, I really don't have a coordinated team of people that really own Mass Effect anymore. When you're in my kind of profession and you're a college student, you know, you're constantly able to trade in games and get rid of stuff in order to keep buying stuff to cover it, you know, and it's an unfortunate kind of workaround, but it's one I have to do. Just because, and I mean, remember, in order to buy Mass Effect 3, I actually had to sell a few previous games, just because that's how it had to happen, you know? You don't have that much money, you know, YouTube doesn't give you much, to be straight up, and you kind of live and learn, I suppose, but anyway. So, you know, as far as Mass Effect 3 goes, this is really the only video I have right now. I have to finish up some literature homework assignment, unfortunately, after I finish this video. But if I am able to get on or I unlock another character, I'd be more than happy to do a video for that character. I just hope this is kind of giving you some insight into how the Quarian male plays. I did cover Resurgence pretty detailed, and while trying to do character guides is a lot easier as far as going professional script, it's also a lot harder on me just to edit clips and stuff, especially with college now. I played it so unsmart, and I actually took a 4-week college course, so it's 15 weeks condensed into 4 weeks, and it's quite the headache. I had my first day today, and it was like, oh, yikes, this is going to be a lot of work. A lot of work, a lot of fast, so. But anyway, guys, I wanted to say, first of all, thank you for all the subscribes and stuff. You guys have been awesome. We've had so much good feedback, and I know you guys are loving my videos, and I really appreciate you guys supporting me so much. Support's a big thing for me, and something that makes me really happy, so thank you guys. If you did enjoy this commentary, I suggest you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more, and I'll be talking to you guys in the next video. So, take it easy, everybody. Thank you for watching tonight, and I will see you guys in the next clip. Avialence out, and have a good evening.